If you like collecting the Doctor Who collection box sets, but you live in the US or Canada and so you collect the US releases and you never hear about when they're coming out, well, I have good news for you. Season 21, aka Peter Davison Complete Season 3, as it's called in the US, is now available to pre-order on Amazon.com. The link is in the description down below. When you pre-order Doctor Who items with the links in the description to Amazon, you are helping support me and the channel at no extra cost to you. So thank you so much to everybody who pre-orders any Doctor Who releases or uses, buys anything with those Amazon affiliate links in the description down below. Thank you so much. So Peter Davison Complete Season 3, which is so exciting, is now coming out on July 7th of 2026, which is very exciting. March 16th is when the collection season 21 has come out for the UK, and so now we have some more data. So now here's the thing. I love a good spreadsheet. So this right here, what you're seeing is a list of all of the collection sets, the UK release dates and the US release dates, and the number of days between. Now you can see we started off on a very lovely negative 13 days and negative 6 days. The US actually got collection sets before the UK did, but that trend would soon reverse. And look, it stayed between a not very predictable number, but lately it's been a very predictable number, which is evidence here. So you can see the collection season 2 and 9 came out 113 days exactly later, 120 days later for season 17, and 106 days for season 17 and 120 for season 22. So these four releases average out to 113 days, if not hitting 113 days. We then had a break with 120, with a 260 day period of time, but then it went back to 113 and then 100. We then had a break for 260 days, then it went to 113, then 120 days. We've had some 92 days for the next two releases, but this latest release comes back to that 113 day period of time. And if you look at the average wait times of the last 13 releases, it comes out to 115.69 days. So we see that 113 days is the average amount of wait time for the last 13 releases. So it's a pretty reliable timing that we're able to predict again, because I see people posting in Facebook groups or leaving comments in the chat and the videos, just saying like, when is the US, when are we going to get the US set? And it comes out to 113 to 120 days later. It's a pretty reliable guess. That's, it's always going to be a guess because you never know what's going to happen with the next release. But it's just wild to me that is a great way to, I haven't seen people other than me talking about this this recurrence of the 113 days. And so that's very exciting. And I know people also comment on the titling of these sets, Peter Davison, Complete Season 3, and so on and so forth. Why don't you just, like in the UK, use the numbering system for each of these releases? And what I say to that is, if these had been released by Doctor in chronological order, this marketing system would have made a ton of sense. Because when you look at these sets in a store, most people, if you are getting into collecting Doctor Who, most people would look at this and see, okay, Doctor Who Season 2, well, I need to start buying a show from Season 1, because when you're buying a regular TV show, you don't think to yourself, you think to yourself, I'm going to have to start with Season 1. You start with Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 1 through 7, and so you would start collecting there. So if you didn't know any better about what releases are out and what aren't, and that these have been released kind of, just randomly, then you would go into the store and you would think, well, Season 1 isn't here, I guess I'll have to come back or look for it elsewhere. And, you know, like the earliest seasons of Doctor Who from the 60s are going to be some of the last to come out of this collection set. So when you think about it, in 2018, I think they made a good decision in the US to label these as, when Tom Baker Completes Season 12 came out, that said Tom Baker Completes Season 1. That lets you know as a collector, well, this is a starting point, right? If you're not into Doctor Who, you pick up Season 1. And then we had Season 19 come out pretty early. Peter Davison completes Season 1. That makes sense. But for future Doctors to be released, they were either released out of order, and so that kind of screws up the marketing system. And so this is just a pet peeve of mine, is like, you didn't have to put them out, you know, in chronological order, because I realized they want to, like, they don't want people, they wanted to release it in a way that was either due to like what's easy to produce for them first, and putting out a mix of Doctors means that people are more likely to buy the collection as a whole versus going in chronological order. People would know that, oh, well, I can just wait until my favorite Doctor comes along, that kind of a thing. It's why they put out the collection history books, the complete history books, in a non-chronological order as well. It's a good marketing tactic to get people to buy the whole series, because, you know, you're not just waiting for your favorite era to come along and buy it. But in the US, because we had seasons, some Doctors were released backwards in order. We still don't have, we still don't have, you know, William Hartnell complete Season 1. It took a while for us to get, we just got John Pertwee complete Season 1. So the system would have worked if they'd gone, they didn't have to go in order, in chronological order, but just order by Doctor. So anyway, I'm defending the system because I think it makes it more accessible for new fans to know where to start. They can now know that Season 24 is where to start with Sylvester McCoy complete Season 1, and, you know, Colin Baker complete Season 1. They know that, versus seeing Season, you know, 22 on the shelf. You don't know, as a fan who's new to collecting and new to the show, that, you know, that's necessarily a jumping on point, that, oh, I can just start with Season 7, Season 12, Season, you know, 19, Season 22, 24, or even that I could start with Season 4 with Patrick Troughton. You know, so I think it's worth doing. But again, I haven't seen a lot of people defending this system, because a lot of people just say, go with the seasons. And I'm like, yes, that will make sense when all of the seasons are out. But right now, anybody who's new to collecting Doctor Who, they come into a store and they see these, they're still going to be looking for Season 1 and thinking, I can't start collecting with Season 2, or I can't start collecting with Season 7, you know what I mean? But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I want to give a shout out and big thanks to the new channel members. Huge shout out and thanks to John Fisher for becoming the first ever channel member. Huge thanks to Julia for becoming the second ever channel member, and huge thanks to Gary Contois for becoming the third ever channel member. Whereas I'm so grateful to everybody for shopping with the Amazon affiliate links, and those support the channel. I know it's a cost to you, but these members are supporting the channel specifically at a cost to them every month, and it is so helpful to help me keep making these videos. And I'm just so grateful to all of you. You get, as a channel member, early access to any Doctor Who videos that are edited but not yet out publicly on the channel. So right now there's a couple of videos from this DVD and Blu-ray collection video that are out, available for members to watch early. And you also get exclusive loyalty badges that regenerate with you the longer you're a member. And so those are custom drawn Who inspired Doctor Who icons that I made, and you get to also use those as custom emojis. So I'm so grateful to everyone who's become a member. So thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, keep growing your knowledge collection and connection with other Doctor Who fans. Albert the Adipose is just over here and says hello, and we both hope to see you in the next video. Bye!